3-4 months of midnight sun, equally long and dark polar night, Milky Way full of sparkling stars, Aurora Australis putting the skies ablaze. All this is stunning and beyond imagination. Antarctica. This name has been derived from a Greek word. Anti is opposite and Arctic is a great bear. This constellation is visible from Northern Hemisphere and not seen from Antarctica. Hence, opposite of Arctic is Antarctic. 150 million years ago, South America, Africa, Australia, Antarctica and India all were one landmass known as Gondwana. The fossils that are found in Gondwana, Madhya Pradesh, in India, are similar to those found in Antarctica. About 30 million years ago, after the continental drift, Antarctica got separated and got surrounded by Southern Ocean. During winter, the Southern Ocean freezes, making the continent double its size. A pulsatile continent. During 8 long winter months, this continent gets totally cut off from the rest of the world. Ships or aeroplanes cannot travel here. Hence, staying in Antarctica during winter is next to staying in the space. Though discovered by Sir James Cook in 1773, till the 19th century, no humans could reach here, as if there was a huge wall of ice shelf surrounding it. The result: Antarctica is the only place on our planet Earth where humans did not get any chance to interfere with the nature. Without humans, how our beautiful planet would be is Antarctica. With 98% continent covered with snow, 75% of our planet's fresh water is locked here in the ice. Antarctica is a land of superlative. Highest, driest, coldest and windiest continent. Summer temperatures being -5 to -10 degrees Celsius and lowest recorded temperature of our planet, -89.2 degrees, is here at Russian Research Station, Vostok. The icy continent has been reserved only for the purpose of science and peace, as per the international treaty that was signed in 1959 that prevents human habitat, tourism, mining, or any kind of army presence. Fifth largest continent, 5 times the size of India, has less than 1,000 people staying here during winter in various research stations. More scientists reach here during summer for scientific work and to collect various samples. Logistic members too are here to help them in fieldwork and to maintain the research station. midnight sun during summer, equally long polar night during winter. Sun, moon, stars moving horizontally parallel to the horizon. Each sunset and sunrise is unique. The presence of Creator of the universe is felt all around. This is a spiritual, character-building experience of which we become a part. Sun does not rise in the east always or set in the west either. After midnight sun, the first sunset was observed towards the south from Maitri, the Indian research station in Antarctica. The sun went below the horizon for 20 minutes or so, and again there was a sunrise. The days became shorter and shorter. The last sunset was in the north. It was a beginning of a long polar night. On clear winter nights, there arises southern lights or aurora australis from behind the ice shelf, often rolling waves of green, blue, red like a giant wheel of fairy dust, undulating over our head and spreading to fill the sky. Silvery moonlight falling on the glistening white snow and reflecting all around is ethereal. Moon looks the size of our sun here. Vertical moon crescent on the eve of Ramazan Eid was astonishing. Milky Way full of sparkling stars. Blizzards last for weeks together and give the true feeling of a vast dynamic forces of nature. Another wonder is naturally occurring ice caves. Walls decorated with delicate ice crystals. Equally beautiful stalactites and stalagmites. So huge that many members could walk inside together, and its mouth hardly one person can crawl and enter. Unless we spend winter in Antarctica, we cannot know this amazing continent. Here we have probably the last naturally occurring, delicately balanced ecosystem of a planet. During summer months, nature's magic touch creates a miracle. Plant and animal life blossoms. Algae, moss, lichen make their appearance through snow. Penguins arrive and their life cycle blooms. In Antarctica, arrival of South Polar Skua marks the beginning of summer. This small eagle-like bird is a part of the ecosystem. At the beginning of winter, most of the animal life migrates from here. What remains now is thick snow cover and harsh winter. During 2016-17, Dr. Madhubala was selected as a doctor accompanying 36th Indian Scientific Expedition to Antarctica at the Indian Research Station, Maitri.
I've been working in the state government hospital as an anesthesiologist for the last 30 years. On 14th of October, I still remember distinctly, in the newspaper, I saw one small advertisement. Doctors were required to accompany the 36th Indian Scientific Expedition to Antarctica. I went in for the interview. There was an interview panel and doctors asked me the relevant questions to Antarctica. I was in two minds because leaving everybody for a year, that to a continent from where I cannot come back for 8 months during winter, was something very difficult for me.
Every expedition member traveling to Antarctica has to undergo strict physical and psychological evaluation. Cape Town in South Africa is the launching pad of Indian Scientific Expedition. ALCI, Antarctic Logistics Center International, a 72-seater Russian cargo flight, operates between November to February. That too if the weather is favorable. The aircraft that takes off from Cape Town runway lands on 2 to 3 kilometers flattened icy airstrip of Antarctica.
It was a very smooth landing on the icy airstrip, and it was a vast, majestic snow-covered land. Everybody was so excited. There were many first-timers like me. All of them took out their cameras and started clicking photos, as many as possible. When we landed in Novo, I was overwhelmed to see the flag of India. It was, along with other countries' flags, was on one pole, and I was really touched. It was a great moment for me. Antarctica is the only place in the world where nations get along well with each other.
The first Indian scientific expedition started in 1981. And the first Indian Scientific Research Station, Dakshin Gangotri, was constructed during third expedition. But since it was constructed on the glacier, it started sinking as the glacier melted. In 1988, on Sharmachar Hills, DRDO, Defence Research Development Organization, constructed an Indian research station, Maitri. Here in summer, 40 to 45, and in winter, 25 members can stay. Priyadarshini Lake provides water. In 2013, a modern Indian research station, Bharati, was constructed with the help of German technology. Generators work day and night, and they are the lifelines of Antarctic Station. They run on ATF, aviation turbine fuel. They have different Sanskrit names of the sun: Aditya, Surya, Bhaskar, and likewise. In Maitri, there are only two ranks: leader and member. All the members, carpenter, welder, cook, doctor, scientists, are equally important and help each other. Maitri is a home for everyone, and all the Maitrians are family members for a year. Summers are busy here, since a lot of science happens. Maitri serves as a base for various research activities like geological survey, ozone study, geomagnetism, glacier melting ice core drilling to study paleoclimatic history of Earth, plant and animal life as well. Logistic members provide support to various scientific activities and maintain the research station. Scientists and logistic members working in harsh conditions are the real bravehearts. Convoy marks the end of summer activities. Maitri is 90 kilometers inland. Supply ship arrives and anchors for nearly 3 weeks in the ice shelf. Convoy of 8 to 10 piston bullies going 3 to 4 times, completing loading and backloading operations is a race against time. Before the Southern Ocean freezes, the ship has to complete the task and return. Very low temperatures, high-speed winds, blizzards, deep crevasse, etc. make the convoy operations most challenging task, carried out skillfully by logistic members. In this way, all these scientists and the logistic members have kept our nation's flag high in Antarctica.
All these members, they were like my family members. They respected me as their elder sister. Winters are a very challenging period in Antarctica because when the polar night begins, there is dark outside, high-speed winds blow, and temperature also it reduces to -30, -35. With wind chill, it is still low temperature. In such conditions, weather conditions, it is not possible to go out, and everyone is station bound. So the routine changes during winter. Gym, yoga, members should be occupied, and fitness also is very important during winter.
Dr. Madhubala discovered a great treasure of books in Maitri Station. Right from the days of Dakshin Gangotri, there was a collection of about 2,600 books. During winter, she helped in their inventory, numbered all the books and could read many. She contributed in setting up of library in Maitri. Some of the logistic members were interested in learning English speaking. Along with Leader Sir, she conducted English speaking classes for logistic members during winter. Besides her own job, she used to take keen interest in the other station activities and always try to learn new things, especially during winter.
At the time of interview itself, I was told that you will be the only woman member during expedition. But without any hesitation, I immediately answered, that is no problem, I am willing to go. One member very affectionately suggested couple of times, why should madam go out and do the outdoor duties, keep awake at night, take generator readings? Let madam do all the kitchen work and stay inside the station, safe place for her to stay. But somehow I didn't like that idea. I always insisted, I told him very affirmatively that I can do both the jobs. Please don't consider and don't give me concessions because I am a woman member. Not many women do wintering in Maitri. So till now there was no separate ladies urinal in Maitri. On 16th of August, this ladies urinal was ready and I inaugurated it with our leader sir. I am really sure now because more and more women will go to Maitri with this better facility, and there will be many women participating in the expedition during winter also.
21st June is celebrated as a midwinter day in Antarctica. It is the longest night and the shortest day in the southern hemisphere. Everyone awaits the first sunrise after the long polar night.
When I visited the Novo station, all those members were also surprised to see me, only women doing wintering in Antarctica in Maitri station, and they really used to care for me, they used to respect me, and during that midwinter day party, they all raised a toast for me. And one member, he got his guitar and he played a song for me, and I was really touched by his gesture. During summer, there was a lot of field work happening around, and even if the members had undergone strict physical and psychological evaluation, the trauma, injury and cut or foreign body hand, they were not uncommon, because in field work the trauma cases were quite often encountered, and some members, they required suturing, dressing, plaster, immobilization, and such things time to time it used to help them. When the polar night begins, there is dark outside, high speed winds blow, and temperature also it reduces to -30, -35. With wind chill, it is still low temperature, and this weather challenge really creates problem for members also, because the circadian rhythm, the body clock, is disturbed, and because of this there was mood changes, irritability and disturbances, and they really had small fights over the trivial issues, and temper tantrums, loss of temper. All these things were very common. Gossiping and suspicion, all this really groupism, it really affected the members during winter period, and studies have been carried out. There are some hormonal changes in our body. Because of this, it is known to occur, and since I am a psychologist also, I could really assess the different members, and I could really help them out in this condition.
During winter, Dr. Madhubala had to face the challenge of handling one medical emergency. All the team members helped in taking care of this member patient. Russian station chief as well as the doctor were of great help too. The decision of medical evacuation of this patient was taken by NCAOR, National Center for Antarctic and Ocean Research. The patient was successfully brought to Cape Town with her by the first flight after winter. Here, he was provided with the best medical facilities by NCAOR. Dr. Madhubala returned to India with this member successfully.
Yay! Yay! Okay!
It was one of the hot years in Antarctica. Summer temperatures soared to +5 degrees instead of -5 degrees. There was excessive melting of snow and water streams were flowing. The flight was diverted to Norwegian airstrip Troll, located more towards the south. From there, they could only land on the Novo airstrip with the help of smaller aircraft. Blizzards, usually last for weeks together, but that year there was not a single blizzard that lasted for more than a day. Arrival of South Polar Skua marks the beginning of summer in Antarctica. Every year, this day is recorded in research stations. In 2016, South Polar Skua arrived on 29th October. In 2017, it was spotted on 10th October itself. Outside Maitri Station, Skua returned early this year. Summer arrived early in Antarctica. This is the warning sign of grave climate change. Pollution levels are rising because of carelessness of humans. Protective layer of ozone is thinning out. Seals are struck blind due to ultraviolet rays. In the last 25 years, population of penguins has been reduced by 50%. Trillions of tons of ice is melting and fresh water is flowing into the sea. Ocean levels are rising. Coastal cities are under the threat of submerging into seawater. Monsoon patterns are changing. Floods, droughts are increasing. Our planet Earth is on the edge. We need to work on prevention of green gas emissions, recycling to reduce waste creation, conservation of energy resources. Aren't we going to do this much for the conservation of our beautiful Mother Earth and the life on it, of which we humans are also a part? We owe this to our planet. We owe this to humans. We owe this to Antarctica.